Hello my treasures, it's time to gaze at some stars with Stargazing Thaddius Mage. The idea of this deck was actually inspired by King Carnage's Thad Portal deck that he posted on Hearthpwn. However, I decided to take it to the absolute extreme of the synergy between Thaddius and Stargazer Luna. If you have never seen Luna, after you play the rightmost card in your hand, draw a card. This in combination with a Thaddius and one reverb allows you to draw through your entire deck while doing a bunch of direct damage to OTK your opponent very easily on turn 10. And if you need to refill your hand, you always have Fizzle's Photograph and Lady in order to discount the photograph down to 1, which will make it 0, which then will allow you to repeat the cycle once again. Now for the Mulligan guide, the most important card to keep in your starting hand is Stargazer Luna. If you see this, you're probably going to win the game because you have easy access to all of the other combo pieces. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for some of the rainbow package, such as Discovery of Magic, or draw power cards such as Arcane Intellect, or even AoE such as Creation Protocol. Now with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, now it's time for Priest. Let's see what they got for us. Okay, Thaddius. Oh, weirdly enough, we might actually keep... No, I don't think we will. Actually, we could keep Thaddius. Screw it. Let's just keep everything. So the reason behind keeping Thaddius is Priest tends to be a slow class, and we just hope and pray they don't have Dirty Rat, right? Because we could slam down Fizzle to protect a Thaddius no matter what. It always will delay the Thaddius turn by 1 turn if we do something like that, but it's possible. We can do it. Give us something cool. I'm gonna grab the Blizzard. They'll probably be able to guess it. I don't really care if they have additional AoE. It doesn't actually do much for, it doesn't do much for them, I should say. All right, let's forge this down. I'm just going to leave these up. They're a 35 card deck. I am very curious of why. Okay. Reverb, so we're 2 out of the 3. I know this looks weird. I just want to get that out or off the board because we don't really have easy access to removing something above 3 HP. That's the sole reason. Like, keeping it below 3, we can randomly generate something like the Frost Strike in hand. Okay. I mean, we can't get rid of both of them, which sucks, but oh, no, that Frost Strike then does make it easier to get rid of them both. Okay. I don't want to burn a card, so we're probably... we probably should have used Artificer first. That's my bad. I will say Artificer is probably the card that I misplay with the most in this deck in particular. A lot of the time, I should slam him down like early on in the turn, and then I just forget. And then I'm like, oh, I cast a bunch of spells and I have 1 mana left over. Oh, well, you know, it's a little bit too late now, but, you know, need the hand space, so we might as well slam it down usually. Okay, there's Astalor. We'll slam this down, gets rid of both minions. Kind of a waste, but it does empty out our hand by 1 minion. Which isn't the biggest deal, but it's still not the worst idea in the world. Again, we're only looking for Luna. Luna and getting to turn 10, basically. Once we achieve those 2 goals, we're good to go. I think this is a perfect hand, not perfect, but we want to, okay, look, probably not the perfect hand to do that with, but it's not the worst hand to do it with either. Okay, that is a 3-cost spell. I'm not really worried about using the reverbs defensively here. I mean, I could easily, but I think if we just solid alibi and then use reverb, we might be in a good position. Could also use Fireland Portal. There's a few options that we could do, but I kind of... Or we could freeze them out for a turn, too. Actually, yeah. Solid Alibi, then Reverbs, probably. Because that will just make that 2 cost instead of 3. And then we sacrifice the 1/3 into that. And then hopefully they hit their 5/5 into our 5/5. And then leave us with a 5/5. Getting the other Firelands Portal is actually a pretty good top deck. Not bad. Okay, that's more draw. I mean, we can trade that instantly. Okay, not making the same mistake. Just gonna gain a little bit of armor. Wild Growth actually isn't banned, but I'm gonna go with Fan of Knives. Fan the Hammer. Okay. Talion. Talion grabs Creation out of the deck or Aegwynn. Or even Lady. Those are the three options. Lady, honestly, is one of those cards that I wish, while playtesting, she actually came up. She didn't. I don't think a single time. Probably ended up being a greedy card. The problem is we have issues with space on our board, and we can't run any AoEs to hit something on our board because of the Thaddius as being weak to like any bit of damage. So we couldn't like infinite draw. I ended up cutting, what was it called? The Arcane Worms in the deck ended up being cut for Arcane Bolt instead. Mainly because of the fact again, it's a one-cost spell that we can easily use that serves the same role. We do lose a little bit of flexibility with like positioning in the hand for individual cards, but like it's not that big of a deal because we do have a lot of other cards that can generate additional cards or draw us into more cards to unbrick us. Because literally there are only two possibilities in this deck that will brick you absolutely, which is Infatize and Fizzle's Photograph once it's shuffled in the deck. Everything else is odd, so you don't ever have to worry about it. Please clear out our minions. I would love to see you clear out these minions. Or if you leave them up, giving us a nice fatty 8/8 to... Okay, never mind. Our minions did exactly what we needed them to do. Okay, so I'm going to do what I either mentioned in the intro or outro of this video, where we're going to empty out our hand as much as humanly possible. Oh shit, we can actually... Okay, look, I forgot Sif was a 6-cost minion, to be honest. I mean, I'll take Luna. This just allows us to keep doing combo. I don't think out of any of the games that I played, I had this happen to me. Not a single one before. Like, the amount of random generated 6-cost minions, you'd expect it once, but this is just GG. I can't believe it. Oh, man. Okay, time for our game against Rogue. Let's see what they have in store for us. Going to get rid of everything here. We probably could have kept... Actually, let's keep Imp. If I remember right, we might be using some of the older cards in the list, so this might have Greedy Partner in it. Okay, there's Discovery of Magic. That's actually a pretty good starting card to have. I'm going to go for Planted no, Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike is probably better in the long run because Fel is harder to get than Nature. At least a good Fel spell, I should say. Okay, Molten Rune. Let's draw a card. There's Infatize. That's actually really good to see this early on because we can get a lot of vantage off of it. Sure, we don't have a additional one-cost card to instantly slam down with it, but we should be able to use it on the next turn because we'll always have access to our hero power, right? It does look like it's going to be Mining Rogue, which could be bad. Oh, maybe the game is just going to gift us a one-cost minion. I don't mind that at all. Now, does that change what I really want to do? Because we can use the Alchemist and then slam down Infatize, but we might not have to. Okay, Light Show is probably the best bet here, right? Objection could also be interesting, but come on, let's see if it gives us anything cool. Discovery of Magic is decent again, and then we can see what we can grab. I kind of want to go for the heal because we do have some survivability issues. Okay. Okay, that doesn't really give too much information. We know exactly what they're playing, but like, I don't know. I'm not really too worried about... Oh, that could be a little bit worrisome. And they're shadow stepping that back to the hand. I mean, that makes sense. Like, that allows you to get the Scorpion on turn 3, which is actually pretty good. Pretty good, even if you can't play it. It's perfect curve for turn 4, though. Okay, we can get a little bit greedy next turn if we really feel like it. And perfect. That hit exactly where I wanted it to, too. Okay, water source. At least they're not... I mean... Okay. That's a misplay. I'm sorry. There is no defending that play. Like, sometimes I could defend someone doing something really dumb like that, but that had no defense. We're only at 9 cards in hand, so I'm not worried about burning something right now. Okay. There's Holy Smite. I want to get the Scorpion off the board, which means we might do something dumb. I mean, that... Okay, so when I say... Oh, never mind. I guess that prevents us from doing something really dumb. Oh, Talion. Talion's actually a pretty nice top deck, because guarantees us Thaddius, essentially. So all we're really missing is Luna and 1 reverbs to be able to keep drawing. But we do have so many cards that randomly generate other cards that in theory you can just keep on going and keep on going, even if you put an odd or an even card in the right hand host position in your hand. They're going to run into the problem where they don't have any room in their hand, and I think that's legitimately what's happening here. Okay, there's Thaddius. Reverbs. Okay, so we're 2 out of 3. Okay, not necessarily what we want. Part of me wants to coin and then use hero power, then fizzle. Okay. No. We can I don't really like using reverbs here, but like it does clear out the board. It's sure we can't hero power and we can't target that with a spell. So that is a little bit of a bummer, but we can forge the Molten Rune just to get it out of the way. Okay. Well, okay. So good news is we can clear out that board. Yeah, let's this looks bad, but it clears out the majority of the board. I know it doesn't clear out the last minion, but I don't really worry too much about it. We're also I'm amazed in this deck. Okay, Solid Alibi is just solid here, but like in this deck, you don't know how difficult it is a lot of the time to get down to a hand size that is actually manageable. And like there's reasons why I've went back and forth with the amount of arcane intellects that were in the deck and like the imps or additional minions. There's a lot of things that like are little iterations here or there with the deck. I think the final version of the deck is probably the best though. Okay. Now that might be a problem. Okay, maybe not. Depending on what we get on Discovery of Magic. Okay, how do we want to do this? I think we'll use Discovery. Oh, Cold Storage. I really don't want that minion in hand, but like I'll take it just to have it. And I also just don't want to take the damage, to be honest. I can't decide. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Oh, Life Sentence. That's good. Oh, that is interesting. Additional draw is always nice. Then we'll just pop the minion to pop the minion. Okay, there's preparation. This will discount something, but I'm not too worried about it. Well, probably part of me wants to use the Life Sentence on the Scorpion, but I don't think we can afford to, right? Because like that minion is the most annoying on the board to get rid of. I don't want that in my hand again, please. I will say that that isn't what I was looking for, but it does help us survive a little bit longer. Yeah, then we can use Solid Alibi. Use this to hit there, I guess. Not really what I wanted to do, but I wanted to see if we can get anything good here. Fire Cell does it. Stargazing could ironically also work. Also, I I never realized they printed Stargazing while they had Stargazer Luna in this set. That's actually kind of insane. I wonder if they were meaning to bring back Luna for something else, like maybe a new version of her. I very much doubt it, since I don't think she's... I know she's a Hearthstone original, right? I'm like 80% sure she is. But I don't think she's been mentioned anywhere. Oh, she was in a solo adventure way back in the day. Huh. I will say, though, beautiful art on the card no matter what. Alright, so we blow up the board, and then we probably use Relic of Dimensions, I would assume. Actually, maybe we don't do that because we do need the addition... Oh, wait. Aegwynn into Fire Cell into Hero Power, I think is what we should do. Oh. Or my plans just changed completely because we top deck the perfect AoE. Just gonna slam that down, see if we can get any, like, I don't know, reverbs. Might as well take the reverbs. I know it's going to be even, but... Oh, we could go for Counterspell too. Actually, Counterspell makes more sense. Going for Counterspell, we will be able to counter something that they discounted really, really low. In theory, at least. Okay, gear shifting those two cards. I'm assuming they're useless. They've generated so many cards off of Scorpion that their hand had to be full of random useless shit from Scorpion. That's... Okay, that card's interesting to see. Mainly because of the fact that, like, I'm seeing it a lot more often. But it makes sense. It's a one-cost thief support card that gives you a body on board, right? Like, I'm not shocked people are using it, but it is interesting that people are starting to use it. Okay, so I guess we Fire Sale, we Counter Spell, and we still can't use Dimension of Relics, but we can clear out their board. And we can put down Alchemist, see what we can grab. Let's go for Blizzard. That should help us a little bit, in theory, if they have a lot more minions. Okay, so... let's go for Light Show. That's the second Light Show that we've had. The sad part is it is even polarity, so we won't be able to use it right away. I am a little worried about that Divine Shield, but I know for a fact that once we pop it once, it should stay gone, right? In theory, it should stay gone. I don't really have proof of that, but in theory it should. Okay, now might as well gain a bunch of armor. Gonna see where the Light Show hits. It does actually hit their face. Would have preferred it to clear out some minions, but that's fine too. Okay. We just need Luna. All we need to see is Luna, and we're good to go. We have enough armor and enough life to, I think, survive. Oh, reverbs. Okay, solid alibi. No, 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 no! Out of all the cards yet, the one card I didn't think that one through. I did not think about that. Oh no. Does that change stuff? Do we just go for Thaddius combo to go for Thaddius combo? I think we do. I don't know if we go for it next turn because I don't know if he's on even or odd polarity. He's on odd polarity next turn. We don't have any additional draw. Okay, how do we do this? Like, we have good direct damage, don't get me wrong. Also, visual glitch on the Leviathan. Excuse me, game? Oh, and it fixed itself. Okay. Alright, I think we might have a way to get access to 2 coins. Not really the way I want to do this, but we might be forced to do it. Also, it depends on, like, if we draw... Okay, so Fizzle's photograph might also help us. Okay, more draw. We can also just hope they you know, don't care about Luna being on the board and like draw through as much as of our deck as we can right now. Okay, I'm trying to math this out in my head. We pop that, we slam this down, that draw us a card. Now that's a good draw. We're trying to empty out our hand as much as humanly possible so we can use fizzles to try to get the maximize. Actually, I guess we will just... We have to delay it by 2 turns, right? I honestly don't care if Luna survives here. I'm assuming she won't. Such a beautiful card to just do nothing. I'm trying to remember if people tried to do something with her back in the day like this too. I don't think there was enough mana cheap for you to do it, but I think... She wasn't in rotation with Incanter's Flow, right? I don't think she was, because if she was, then that definitely would have been an abusable combo. Without a doubt, that would have been an abusable combo, especially in its original state. No, my memory isn't the best, so she could have been in rotation. I just don't think she was. I could be wrong. I freely admit I could be completely wrong. My memory isn't the best at times. Alright, let's see what we get as a top deck. Greedy Partner. Now that would have been actually nice, you know, like a turn earlier. Yeah, we're just trying to empty out our hand as much as possible. Sure, Fireball we can actually use, and then... Okay, actually, you know what? Not bad. Because 2 Aegwynns, that makes each of the fire... Oh, 30 damage right there and then. It's GG. Not the combo I wanted to show off, but pretty close. We got pretty close. I can't complain. Okay, please don't have 13 more damage. Okay. I think we got it. It was such a long game. Okay, so Thaddius, reverbs, Aegwynn, and then we do 10 damage a pop. Pop, and GG! Alright, now that we're through the game, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So... This deck is very inconsistent. There were games where I was winning 7 games in a row, and there were times where it was losing 10 games in a row. I played quite a few games with this deck because every time I pulled off the combo, it felt so great and is honestly one of my favorite Thaddius lists that I have ever come up with. The fact that you can just draw through your entire deck and not have to worry about anything once you do get the 3 combo pieces in your hand actually makes it incredibly fun and kind of a interesting twist on a stereotypical Thaddius list. A few things worth mentioning. If you have Thaddius plus Luna in your hand when it is turn 10, just start doing the combo. You should be able to just draw through the majority of your deck and hopefully hit one of the reverbs along the way. The opposite is true when you have Thaddius plus a bunch of draw power and 1 reverbs, because this will allow you to draw through a good chunk of your deck and hopefully you'll hit Luna to be able to survive until the next turn. Overall, if you're looking for a Thaddius deck in Mage, this is probably the best you're going to get. But like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.